Season 4, Episode 4. I am A. White, along with my man B. Styles. My man B. Styles will be along shortly. Technical difficulties, which happens in this industry. We appreciate you for joining us every Wednesday evening. Doing a good job. You got a good job. We appreciate it. We got a pretty good show. There's some things going on in the NFL, things going on in the NBA, things going on UK basketball may have turned the corner. We had a whole rant last week about Severe Wheeler importance to the team. Cal had other plans. It's coming out as victories. So we're going to talk about that. I do want to start off the show by letting you all know we appreciate you, first of all, as we always do. But we have now introduced ourselves to TikTok. I was against TikTok. I'm not a real big TikTok guy. Oh, I figured that may be a problem. I do have some audio problems. I'm not a TikTok guy, so hold on. Well, somebody did let me know it's messed up. It's going to take a second. So hopefully we got a show going out. Hopefully the show is going out. Everything should be back to normal. I am broadcast from a different location, so hopefully everything is back to normal. Van House is back with us. I'm looking at the chat. If you can hear us, let us know. I had some feedback, man. I had reverb going on, and I'm broadcasting differently than I did last week. So okay. That may have been a little difference in it. And I was warned if that was going to be a different. But so I was just letting people know that we are now on TikTok. I ain't on TikTok, but I heard
we're on TikTok.
We're on TikTok. We're on TikTok. TikTok.
We damn too old to be on TikTok.
Well, we doing too much cussing to be on LinkedIn, but we are. Hey. So I was letting them know what the show's going to be about. There's some things going on in the UK. We got big recruits coming to town. UK playing against Kansas. Now you're gonna have to lead the way on this.
What's that?
I ain't watched a whole bunch of UK basketball Sunday. I was at a bar to watch the game yesterday. Did not see a whole lot of it. We got UK recruits coming in, football recruits coming in for this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you seen what Shannon Sharp did. NFL trying to go back into Europe without the NFL Europe League.
Wait, what?
Well, we'll get to that. Apparently, and there was it was a Shannon Sharp thing. So I'm gonna start off with this. So the NFL is planning on going to, instead of 8 divisions or whatever. Hold on. They're trying to get it to 6 divisions. The plan is to go to 6 divisions and add
4 German teams, but 2 to each divisions.
Get the fuck out of here.
So somebody has to travel to Germany. Oh, they've been doing that already. Like they've already been going to Germany.
No, Anthony, it ain't the going to Germany. It's, can you imagine? Because wherever Germany's going to be they're going to be in the NFC East and the AFC East, right? Let's just say that they're going to be on the East Coast. Is the closest flight, right? They also play NFC West teams or AFC West teams, right?
Right.
Can you fucking imagine Germany having to play Seattle? What kind of flight that'll be?
Man, one thing does money not rule the world? Does money not make the world go around?
Yeah, but how
does money not make the world go back and forth?
Right.
If you ask Kyrie Irving,
how much more money are you making with a team in Germany with all the logistic nightmare that it can be? Do you think Germany, now for one game, right? You can get some Germans to come to a game and pack a soccer stadium and it'll be cool, right?
No, all you got, hold on. One thing. Have you ever been to a German event? Sporting event?
No.
Marketing and advertising? If you
got that,
dude, when you look at them drunk fan videos you see on YouTube, that's the whole game, everybody. Like, it ain't just the one little clip you get. So if you come over there, so people gonna pay money to, I think it's a neat angle. I've been over there, I think it's a neat angle.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, well, we gotta keep eye on it because I don't have a whole lot of detail. It's just in the talk, it's in its infancy stages. What Scott Watts did say, they saying no spring game this year.
Yep.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I know you keep your ear to the ground.
Yes, there will be apparently, which to me makes no fucking sense, right? If they're redoing the turf on the football field, could they have not waited until the summer? could they have not done it right after the football season was over? Could they not have done it over spring break? It make this all screams that we have not had I've heard that we have not had a spring football game in like 1 out of the last 4 years or something. And here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think you should have a spring game. I don't think it's worth it. With the possibility of injuries and all this other stuff, what is a spring game? What's the benefits of a spring game from the players and the coaches' perspective? Not from the fans' perspective, but from the players and the coaches' perspective. There's no benefit to a spring game. Zero.
Man, as much as I love having you a partner on the show, that's the dumbest shit I've heard.
That ain't the first time you said that, so that ain't nothing new.
Dude, as long as we have played, spring has been your depth chart finisher. You know who's going to start. You know who's going to be there back. Spring has been, you going to say, we don't know, somebody might get hurt. Man, dude, like, for real. Who the hell have you been listening to? Who have you been listening to that has got you to say on? Now, I can see if you were trying to be diplomatic on some of the shows you go on, because you do cameo a lot on other shows. But you can say shit on the locker? Like, dude, come on. Well, we don't need spring because I don't want nobody to get hurt. Are you serious?
Okay.
Am I loose? Nah, you know what? We're gonna write up a contract. If you from the locker and fans, y'all, I want y'all to sign a petition that if Van gonna be doing this shit, he don't need to be on no other station. As a player, now as a fan, y'all might feel what he's saying. He's like, yeah, we don't want nobody to get hurt. As a player, Now, Van didn't come from the ranks of using the spring to boost yourself. Now, when you have 190-something yards rushing, another 150 yards receiving in the spring, coach tends to put you in a little bit more. But I'm just saying, that's bullish. Van, go ahead and say whatever you were saying.
Are you finished or are you done? Are you finished or are you done?
I'm
never
not
like
because Farmer. No, I'm not finished because Farmer happens. And this is the one thing about not having a spring game at all. They renovated Commonwealth I think in '98 year, our last Tim Couch's last year, and we just played at Georgetown College. Like we could play somewhere else. We don't have to play there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what would be a boss move? To go to
Louisville? No. A boss
that'd be a boss
move.
move. That'd be a boss move.
Boss move would be to have that motherfucking Knoxville.
That's outside the state, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's at the border, though. It ain't that far. We down drive down there.
I'm not. That ain't all that bad.
No, I got you.
I just kind of want them to know, like, we in the state. You know what? And we probably got the money to pay them. Like, look, we give them an offer they can't refuse. We want to play our spring game in y'all stadium. Here go.
$400,000. Hold on. And not only playing in that stadium, paint the fucking end zones blue. Hey, we'll cover up. We'll cover the cost of painting it blue and then redoing it. I don't know if you heard of Prince going to God, what's the boy's name? Played for
James
Duke.
Brown?
No, he played for Duke. He was last name was a B. God damn it, I can't think. He played with the Bulls for a little bit. Well, he was a Duke post power forward. Well, he had a house in LA, right?
Right.
And Prince wanted to rent it out. So Prince rented it out. Prince took every MF thing out of there. Dude went home and there's nothing but purple shit in there. And it's like I guess Prince is on tour somewhere. He came home to look at it. He's like, Prince, man, what the fuck are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. He said, Prince called and said, hey, Prince gave him all the whatever months up front.
Right.
And said, don't worry about it. When you come back, it's going to be just like you never left. But no, here's my thing. And this is real talk. I never liked fucking spring game. To me, the spring practices are important. But the spring game, it's like, what the? You know, it's bullshit. Because when we practice during spring, we go 1v1, right? It's 1v1. Well, Curry was 1v1. I don't know what
you like that no more, man. Come on, man.
No, but I'm just saying. But the spring game was used going against the fucking twos. Like, I don't want to. Come on, man. If we're gonna iron sharpen iron, let's fucking do that. So the spring game is like a glorified damn control.
No, dude, no.
I don't like that.
I'm not riding with you at any point on saying getting rid of the spring game. I'm not riding with you on saying that is not developmental or is not useful at all. I will say this: USM Cat fans brought up a hell of a deal. Why not bring in a spring opponent? Don't the NFL?
Okay, I would do that.
We can bring in a spring opponent.
I like that. Carlos
I don't mind it being Ohio State.
Hey,
let's bang it around.
The place that Prince rented from was Carlos Boozer.
Okay.
Now that I wouldn't mind, because here's the deal. This is how I feel about it. Injuries are gonna happen, and injuries in spring is not detrimental. It can slow your progress up, but it's not detrimental. I don't want to get hurt against fucking third team such and such who cut me, chop block me for no reason. But now we playing Eastern Michigan, another color uniform. I'm cool with that. But I just don't. That spring games. I'm personally not a spring game guy. Period. I don't care who it is. Bama, Georgia, LSU.
USMC. Hey, you got a whole lot of accommodations that you require. Like, so we still put another C in there. I'm just reading what I see.
Yeah, there's only one C in there.
Yeah.
The USM Cafe.
But I understand. I
Or it could be
I
US.
will try to respect that. But if I'm reading it, sometimes I might slip up. I will respect that.
Hey, Tony! And let's just call him Tony. I like
First
that. I like
sergeant.
Tony.
Tony or first sergeant goes for me. But Van, you like I said, you full of BS. You full of BS. Because spring games are not. If you listen, you don't want to get. Here's where I think you're missing the picture. And people, anybody watching, anybody following, please respond to this. If you've ever played ball, or if you've had a kid that played ball, respond to this because Van is on some BS, and I don't know what they've done out there in media land, having them doing all these shows and stuff. Van, you don't want to get hurt because you plan on being a starter or a backup. What the hell about third, fourth, and fifth stringers? And hold on, real quick. Somebody said, Smizo, S-M-Y-Z-O, Smizo, you said no spring practice. No, it is not no spring practice. It's just no spring game.
Ding, 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 ding.
Different.
So what you're gonna tell me is Mr. Third Stringer at spring game. He had 10 to 15 fucking practices to improve his stock. Now ain't gonna try to improve his stock in one fucking game. Get the fuck up out of here. He had all
practice is situational. Practice is situational.
Nah, I don't. You ain't gonna play one game and then jump somebody because of one damn practice when we have 14 practices prior.
No bullshit. Y'all do pass Kelly. Y'all do inside drill. You do one-on-ones. You do running plays against cards. You do a lot of different stuff. You of all fucking people, if it's 3rd and 3 at a corner, you're going to play tough and you liable to jump a route because you know all you need is 3 yards.
Facts.
That's a spring. So if you're going through plays, and okay, oh, it's 3rd and 3. All right, yeah, I'm gonna play this corner hard because if they come my way, I'm in position to stop the run. I'm also in position to stop it first. Now, if you go over me, I gotta have enough athleticism to trail you and play the ball. That's game situation. That's not practice 7-on-7. That's not practice 9-on-7. That's not practice against cards. Like there's game situation stuff that you always get mad at them about on game situation that don't go right, but yet you saying they don't need a spring game. Can't do that. Can't do it.
Hold on.
Can't win with them. Can't play with them. Don't do it.
Look, hold on. I don't know how Mummy and dumbass Majors did it after I left, but when I was at UK, we had scrimmages. So you had a real game.
You were there.
Huh?
I was there when you were there.
Right, so we had scrimmages. So we went through that 3rd down and 3 just without the fans in the stadium. So for me, if you want to, open up one of the fucking scrimmages to the fans. To me,
so it's the same damn thing.
No, it's a little different.
Oh my word! All right, hold on, Mr. Geiger. Mr. Geiger, appreciate you for joining the show as always. Mr. Geiger, I want you to chime back in and tell me this because I do believe it's for the fans. I understand it, and I understand what Van is saying. It is absolutely for the fans. But so you think Mr. Geiger? Do you think it should be canceled? And here's the thing. Hold on, man. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was with the Rams, there's a whole situation that happened. You will be aware of this when I tell you the situation. I'm not telling you the situation about this.
I'm sure.
But if I practice all week good,
and
I'm still 3rd string just because I practice all week, and damn it, we played with them that was on your last year.
I know.
My freshman and sophomore year, balled out in the spring, did everything. Nobody had a chance to pass you because there's spring practice. You taking first reps, blah, blah, blah. You doing decent in spring. Game situation. It was obvious that there were other people better. So my whole point is, in the NFL, if they draft somebody higher than you, you're gonna play in the preseason. You're gonna get this. Now I'm telling you, I was told this by a Hall of Famer.
No, you're right.
That if they don't want you to shine, they're not gonna put you on that stage.
Right. Fact.
And that is where I'm telling you, and I understand what you're saying. I know you know. I'm not even people. I'm not questioning. This is just how we do the show. But I can't believe, but Van ain't never, I've said this many times, you've never been in the position I've been in. That's why I think you have your stance. And if you stand behind it, that's fine. Mr. Geiger has also doubled down on what you said. But people say it's about money. I'm saying as that player that's third or fourth string, knowing you got some dog in you, man, maybe it may take an injury for you to be able to show it. I'm saying I have seen plenty of times we're not putting somebody on the stage that you know going to show out has benefit their job because they don't know that you had a person on the bench that was better than the person that was helping you lose games.
I am with you, but the NFL, we all know, is different from college for many reasons. Here's how I look at it. If my son has to wait until there is a glorified game before he balls out, I ain't got nothing to fucking do.
It's not him balled out. It's for him to be recognized and you get the media scrutiny. Why is he not playing more? That's what I was saying. No, I was saying so people will know this.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? So have the media come to one of the practices.
And I'm gonna meet you halfway on that because First Sergeant Tony says made a hell of a point. It is one of the 15 practices, so as long as they get to work, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, that's all.
But I'm saying if they cancel it, I guess they gonna get to work in.
No, they're
gonna at another way. But
I would say this. Read me out with this though. Would you rather have a spring game, which is I don't know if our spring game was different. I don't know if Mummy's spring game was different from Curry's. Would you rather have another legitimate practice and keep your scrimmages, or have another legit practice? I think I would rather have another legit practice than have a, horse and pony. To me, it's a horse and pony show for the fans.
I give you that. I digress. I give you that.
But yeah, I see what angle you going with, because Larry Vaught will be that damn 32 needs to be getting some more play.
No, I give you that. I do give you that. Mr. Geiger, I think they have officials at every practice. Like they have it. Sometimes they just have it in pass scale. Yeah. Sometimes they do, the big ones-on-ones. They have it throughout practices just because they need to brush up their skills as well. Yeah. So they do have them at other things. So we not having one at all, or are we moving it? Is it abbreviated?
No, we're apparently we're not having one at all, but they're going to do something.
Okay, that must be the event I'm hearing about, where fans are going to be interacting with the team, and that's cool. That's even better. I'm on with you and Mr. Geiger. Have the guys
a fan day.
Take that extra practice, do whatever. But wait a minute. So is it the practice that counts, or is it the obligation that counts?
I think it's the practice. I think it's
as long as it ain't football related.
Yeah, you can.
They can make it voluntary. They can make it voluntary.
Yeah, and especially with this NIL deal, you can do whatever the hell you want. Right. Shit, it's a greet and meet.
Right. Oh, okay. So,
see, the problem now. Here's what I'm gonna say now. Now I'm gonna venture back to your side. The only problem that I have with that is where they're gonna have it. You can't have it on a practice field. There's not enough area for
indoor field.
There's still not enough space for. I'm gonna say this for 20,000 people.
To have what?
To have an indoor.
To have what? Open practice or
for the open the fan interaction.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be out there in the element.
Right. So where are you gonna have it? Because the practice field ain't big enough to hold a lot of fans. Unless they're gonna bring bleachers out there, like a shit ton of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least the stadium holds 60. You can get 10 to 20 in there. And at least you got people who can come from Eastern Kentucky, from Western Kentucky, and come see open practice. But if you have it at a practice field, man, that's going to be a number where you can't do
it. So you know what? So I think what's going to happen, we're going to commandeer Georgetown Stadium.
Okay. That's fair. That's nice.
And not why not go to state capital? Why not go to K-State?
Now you're talking.
But I'm still back on my shit though. Oh, hold on. if this ain't the bossest of boss moves,
Okay.
have you? Well, it's gonna be kind of considered a fan day interaction. Why not have your fan day in Louisville? Your fan day in Louisville?
At the stadium?
Yes.
Okay. No.
Yes.
Let's have a fan day and rent out that dorm where they had those strippers in.
Come on, man. Man, hey man, didn't I tell you we on LinkedIn now? Didn't I say we was on LinkedIn? Hey, anybody potential clients or potential employers? These are jokes.
These are jokes. Hey, if we need to censor ourselves for some advertising, I can easily do that. But
Well,
since you don't have any,
I don't know if Ann wants it because it's in Louisville, which is closer to her. Or I don't know if she wanted it because it's at the
dorm
or is it at the brothel? Because oh man, K-State. I think K-State ain't bad.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
In the capital, that is if you can have it at Kentucky State and bring some money to that dude, that now you're talking about something. After all this Ed Reed shit and Dion, dude, that was
the other thing we was gonna talk about. Yeah. Shoot, man, we got halfway through the show. Let's move on through. While we already on controversy, you seeing what? Do we need to bring it up? I don't know if you got better bandwidth than I. Do we need? Did you see what happened with Shay and half the Grizzly squad?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I said this from the beginning. First of all, how does that happen? Do you think Shay was wrong?
I think everybody wrong where? At the game or with his commentary?
Making it about him. Like this not football. This ain't even Denver Broncos.
This wasn't about him. Hold on. This is a lot of things wrong. First of all, it's wrong because NBA got these fans on the fucking court, which to me has always been an issue. So that's a problem. Dylan Brooks went at Shay. Now, what is Shay supposed to do? What Unc supposed to do? Just say, okay, man, you're gonna talk to me any kind of way in public like this, or am I gonna come back at you? You know what I'm saying? If Dylan Brooks don't come at him, this is not a problem. Now, did Shay overreact?
Wait,
we can all say whatever we want.
How did the game get stopped though? How did Shannon Sharp get on that? I mean, how did
Dylan said something to him?
Dude, this has been happening for years, man. Spike Lee has come at Miller. He come at Jordan. All you do is make your gesture and go back and play.
Totally different.
But Spike has never went on the court.
Totally different because you knew where Spike was coming from. This is beef. This is beef. This ain't that fan. This is annoying because you know how fans are annoying. And Draymond Green got into it with some guy, and he was like, "Nah, it ain't really his fault." Like, there's been stuff where you get in beef with fans. I mean, with trash talking with fans. This ain't trash talk. This is unadulterated beef. When Ja Morant said earlier this week, I think preseason, that he ain't really worried about the West. Boston is the best team in the East. And he basically, we got the West on lock. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
And then Shay went on his show and said, how dare you when you ain't done shit yet? Y'all chirping a lot, but ain't done shit. And so that created a beef. This ain't just Spike being a super fan. This is beyond fandom. This is beyond that because they took that to heart and now they beefing.
So you think the player was wrong, not Shay?
I think everybody's wrong. But me as a man, you just ain't gonna challenge me though. Now Shay shouldn't have.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You saying that about Shay?
No, Dylan Brooks, you can't challenge me as a man without me saying something back to you.
Van. Now I was a finesse guy. Like I was the type person, passive aggressive.
Okay.
I'm not gonna entertain what you're gonna say, but I might do this. I might do that when I go to the free throw line. I might do that after I pick up a first down or catch it. I might do that. Like I'm not entertaining because you're not part of the game. That's my problem. You said Dylan Brooks addressed it, whatever. But so you act like Shay responding or Dylan. I just feel like you out there to entertain and play a game. Whatever the fans say. I guess this is the best question. If it wasn't Shay Sharp, would it have been an issue? What if it have been Van Hiles? What's your sister's name?
Brittany.
I know she's an avid hoop fan.
Yeah.
And she must be vocal because she Hiles. So if Brittany goes to a game and say some shit, he gonna address it? That's my bottom line. That's my bottom line.
Hold on. Is Brittany the player?
No, Brittany's the fan.
And Dylan Brooks comes at her?
You said somebody coming at somebody. Somebody had to say something first.
Right.
You talking about Dylan Brooks coming back at him. The question was, Shay said something, and right, Dylan Brooks shouldn't have responded.
Well, Shay said something not on that day, though.
Oh.
This is on his show.
Okay.
And now he come. Just imagine. You know how it is. Just imagine. You know how Pat Bev and Dame Lillard, I don't know if you saw that. Pat Bev was getting that Dame Lillard, and Dame Lillard said, "I'll whip your ass on the free throw line." There. If Dylan Brooks say, let me see you at a game and we got beef and we gonna go at it. Now I'm coming in the damn game already on 9, right? Okay. I'm sitting on the floor and we make eye contact. Then he come at me. I'm gonna say something. Now the bullshit wasn't nobody going to fucking fight though. Like this, there was not gonna be no hands thrown. Right. There was not gonna be no fisticuffs. It was just verbiage. But when a certain man's voice carries a little bit, not everybody gotta get up in their feelings. Right, shit was gonna happen.
Right.
It wasn't during the game though. It was during a break. He didn't step on the court while the game was being played. It was a break. Dylan said something as he walked across. Shay got up. Probably shouldn't have, and continued to talk. But dude, John Morant dad was saying shit too. It was just a whole bunch of shit.
And it was a fiasco entertained by you said the same thing. Draymond Green and who was the center for the Cavs that was in the Kardashian mix?
Thompson?
They got into it. They act like it was on site. Dude, y'all played several times a year, and it wasn't nothing. Like, dude, like it wasn't on site. They'd been in the same place. They showed them in the bar, and they had some words. Right. Like, my whole point was Shay Sharp was out of pocket because and this is what you got to do. Like people say, refs call fouls differently in the beginning of the game, and then in the end of the game, you shouldn't do that. So if average fan would have did the same thing, like you said, if he had beef, if average fan says the same thing he say, the same rules should apply. If average fans say you suck, you this, that, and the other, you too little, whatever, you got to ignore it. Shay Sharp was there. He said something to Shay Sharp. Now, he was wrong for responding. My only problem was Shay Sharp got on the court. And once the attention came to him, I feel like he should have digressed. I feel like he should have retreated. Okay. And that's what his apology basically was.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think, look, my job, if I'm right, my job is to entertain the masses, right? I'm going to speak my truth, to the audience, the millions of people that's watching me, right? It is on the athlete not to fucking overreact to that. Like, why are you overreacting to a guy's? Now, we can either say he's a fucking football player. Why the hell you overreacting to a damn football player who's talking shit?
Basketball players talking.
It's not Michael Jordan getting on your ass or Kobe Bryant getting your ass. Rest in peace to rest in power to Kobe Bryant. But it's not Shaq getting on your ass because you ain't gonna go at Shaq. So it's not like one of them like a legend in the game. This is a fucking football player talking with damn Skip Bayless who has 1 point something points in JV as a damn junior. You're like, what? Why are you getting upset about them? Like that shows me how rabbit ears you are and how soft you are and think you tough when you are really Shay on basketball. Come on.
But I think it sounded like you originally felt like Brooks was out of pocket. And then now what you just said, son, they shouldn't. Hold on, and I'm going to say this, and then we're going to get off here because we got to move on to another subject before we get up out of here. I know we need to get to that. The Malice in the Palace. Man, who was that? Who somebody said something to their mama. Was Mello? Somebody was talking to one of their family members in the stand, and it looked like it was getting ugly. And they ran up in the stand. It didn't turn into
Chris Paul. Wasn't it Chris Paul?
No.
I remember something happened with Chris Paul.
No, it was a bigger guy. But my point with Malice in the Palace, like the fans say something, and then like I said, you feel like I'm gonna throw some water on you. I'm gonna dude, you don't intervene in the game. And as a professional, you should understand you don't intervene in the game. So I think whenever the attention came to me, or whenever the attention came to, I was thinking about the situation me and you was over into at the hotel. But my whole point was, prime damn example. When that wedding party came and tried to commandeer our spots at the bar, and it didn't go peacefully, who was going to be the one that looked like ass and we'd have started throwing hands? Who was going to be the one talked about? Whose name was going to be in the news?
You.
So,
but
that's the time I wasn't off of let this go. But that's what Shay Sharp should. Man, I'm at a game and I'm a spectator. Let me slide back. So when Brooks say something to him, take Brooks' mind out of the game. Sit down and keep heckling. If Brooks comes over and shoves you, then we got an issue.
See, but that's the thing. And then we'll get off. That's the thing though. If there was no history prior and Shay was heckling him, it wouldn't have never gotten to that. It was just a heckle situation, right? Me just talking trash to you situation on that day with no past history. This would have just been like, ha, 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 you're funny, watch me. It would have been like that. But there's history to this. Like there's levels to this. And that damn scab was pulled back on that night because Shay has said something about Memphis for, I think, a couple years now. And this is just a buildup.
What Deion say about dancing in y'all end zone?
You gotta stop me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why, dude, I'm not buying it from a professional. And this is the problem. They're both professionals. So I'm not buying it from either standpoint. I can't buy it from either standpoint. The only problem I had with Shay Sharp, you are not a part of the event, so stay off the surface. And when stuff went down, he was holding people back. He was on the surface.
That's fair.
That might be. I think it was around it may have been.
That was the brawl.
Somebody was saying something to somebody's wife or mother.
Yeah, that's different. That's the brawl.
And they ran up in the stands. But you should have been paying attention. No, I understand. But I'm saying in this situation, everybody's professional. If Shay Sharp would have stayed in his seat like Spike Lee does, and just heckle from the seat, you already if he gonna get that much attention, you already in Brooks' mind. But he don't want, dude. He was inside the 3-point line at some point, wasn't he?
Now, let me add to this though. The shit happened even before that happened. That was shit prior to the game that happened, where John Morant dad was talking to him. There was an altercation. Yes, that was an altercation prior to the game.
Okay.
That was during the game. Like it was a build-up. There was a whole bunch of shit, man. But like I say, wasn't nobody gonna fucking lay hands on nobody. Right. It was just a waste of fucking time. And look, here's the bad part about it. So after the game, Ja's dad and Shay pounded up and was laughing about it. So it's like, come on, man.
And that's where it should stay at. That's where it should stay at. Moving along, topics. We'll get to UK basketball maybe. Only reason I'm avoiding UK basketball because I ain't watched no UK basketball in like a week.
Oh, so don't watch no more. You're the reason why they're on a winning streak then. You missed 3 games.
They don't won 2 that I didn't watch.
You only missed
they won 2 before I stopped watching.
Okay. All right.
This now you can explain this to me. I know this is near and dear to your heart. And you know what it made me go back to, man? I don't want to put this in no somber mood, but it made it bring us back when we had a show with K. Frank on here, man, talking about HBCUs, man, young people.
Yeah.
And you a HBCU person.
Yeah.
HBCU, you down in HBCU county, HBCU nation.
Yeah.
And I watched the video. So we seen what Deion happened. We seen the backlash Deion got. And if you could explain to me, you can explain to our viewers, what happened with Ed Reed? Like, dude, so Deion left. Now, Ed Reed's a damn Hall of Famer.
Facts.
I don't know how many touchdown returns Deion got. Ed Reed ain't far behind him. He don't have to. He don't do what Deion do. He just go to work with his lunch pail and hard at and do his work. But he was passionate as hell in his exit.
He's passionate, period.
Well, all football players are.
But he is on another level.
And it was at Howard, right? He was at Howard.
No, he was at Bethune-Cookman.
Bethune, I don't know why I keep going out. It was at so he was at Bethune-Cookman,
which is a dump. I'm not gonna lie, it's a dump.
So, what's your take on? I thought it was Doug Christie. I don't think it was Doug.
Yo, that could be true.
And then somebody was on his wife. Somebody was
yeah, because his wife is a little crazy. So I can see her calling down, "Hey, Dougie, these motherfuckers got." Yeah, I can see that one.
It might have been Doug Christie. Now you think about it.
I can see that one. I'm not saying it is, but I can see it happen.
Right.
Here's the deal, man, and this is the shit that I hate. And you know how us in our community, we don't like to put our shit on Front Street. We don't like people to know our business. And Ed Reed put it on Front Street, not on purpose, because the initial video wasn't even from him. It was from a student, and they were filming him picking up trash. And the trash pickup was because the players wasn't doing what they were supposed to. So Ed said, "Well, fuck it, we're gonna make y'all do some shit around here, right?" So this is what the crux of the matter is, though. One of my favorite sayings is comparison is the thief of joy. And what happened is Bethune-Cookman saw Deion and what he did at Jackson State, the amount of funds he brought in, the amount, because people don't really know what
Deion
did.
Deion the whole time he was there, Deion said.
Right.
Even when he was bringing in, they was taking shit out before they gave him some.
So people don't understand all what Deion did at Jackson State. My family's from Woodville, Mississippi. My family members either went to Alcorn State or Jackson State. And a few of them went to Mississippi Valley State. So all my family knows they're kind of inundated in that situation. And they said the shit that he did at Jackson State, people will never understand how much he did for not only the football team, for the players. But here's the deal. What BCU wanted was to get those funds like Deion did.
Yep. And
hit those funds and fund their fucking whatever they wanted to fund, meaning money in somebody's pocket. And that's the bullshit. And that's why they went on this escapade, because you know what Ed Reed was supposed to bring to light? Is y'all motherfuckers are crooked and corrupt. And that's a problem. They wanted the easy money because they had a guy that is a Hall of Famer, but ain't never coached nowhere. You know, Deion, people don't understand. Deion coached high school for at least 5, 7, 8 years.
Right.
Deion had a history of coaching. Ed Reed doesn't, but Ed Reed was a draw. He was going to draw money to that institution because apparently there were other people who was about to fund it and donate umpteen amount of money to the university. The university wanted that fucking money. And now, but Ed Reed brought a little bit of,
let me ask you this. I'm not dealing with this directly, but this shit goes on in my world. You think and this because you so passionate about HBCU, and we had a show, go back and watch the show we had. I thought it was live because we were trying to go where that show we talked about 2 years ago. We were trying to go where that's at. Do you think it is that the low-life MFers at HBCUs want to do what they did to Deion, and we want you to bring the money in, but all right, keep coaching, and we gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna pilfer, we gonna do what we do, and you not say nothing. But for you to get people to come here, why not just be honest and let us bring a bunch of money in, and we distribute it, and everybody can prosper? No, you want us to bring it in, and we distribute it where we want to. Do you think that's the issue? That when you got a fear of, like Deion was cool with it, and everybody who bashing Deion, I don't know the details. I know you probably do a little more. Is that he's going like, I brought all this money, and he said it plenty of time. Like they took a bunch of money from me. Like they took the money. Like, and there's a red book. It's a thing called a red book where money has to be evenly distributed. It has to go through the administration first before it goes. But is there something about HBCUs want these guys to bring the money in and they want to be in control of it? And I'm sure, no, the head coach should not be in control of it. That's absolutely understood. But they don't want to be accountable for it. Like, you don't want to have paperwork. You don't want to have itemized transactions for it. You just want it to be brought in. So, like I said, we looked at the situation I work in now. There's a bunch of people making six figures, and there's a huge gap. That shouldn't be the case.
Look, for an institution, right? Can you imagine, and this is just, think about this for a second. Can you imagine if Kentucky, let's make it simple. Remember Cal said he had $30 million or whatever from his players? Donate. Right. How unfair is that for a big program to only funnel money to just that entity, that one entity, right? Even though life ain't fair, people are going to look at that a certain way, right? But at University of Kentucky, it's not as big a deal because the damn campus and the situation is really nice, right? So even if the basketball team gets a new whatever, it ain't gonna be as obvious. Now we would know, but it won't be like, oh shit, man, look at over there, that's nice, but everywhere else sucks. If BCU, if Ed Reed improved the football shit, it's gonna be the haves and the have-nots right across the street, and I don't think that the administration is ready for that. And that's me being nice. Administration don't want all that money going to them because they want some of the money. It's as simple as that. They don't want the money because they want some of it. Why can't we get some of this? We hired your ass. Why can't we get some of those funds? It ain't about you, though. And here's what people, and this is why I hate about some people, right? Let's say all that money goes to the football team, right? The trickle-down effect of the football team having resources that other teams have and becoming a good product, the damn whole university becomes rich. But people can't see that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not immediate though.
Right.
You know, it's not immediate. When Ed Reed gets $40 million for the football team, right? That's immediate to them. Now everybody else like, well, our dorms are bad. Our rooms are got asbestos in. I'm not saying they do. But
right.
There's issues over here. But y'all just worried about that. But just give us time. Because if we improve this, everything else is going to get better. But people can't, you know.
It's going for you to go on that journey it's gonna be some time. It's gonna be some attrition. It's gonna be a whole lot like what Martin Luther King went through, Jackie Robinson went through, and it is kind of breaking color barriers because the only difference between playing in Power 5, if you took if the top 25 players in the country went to HBCU, like or whatever, we're gonna say it's a school that can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So you win every game by 30. And they Rupp didn't want to play against certain teams. Dude. My point is, all I'm saying is we thought, because the only reason I'm saying this on the show, because we had a podcast 2 years ago.
Yep.
We talked about this exact thing. We was on the right road. Right. And the other part of it was everybody getting on Deion like, oh, you should have stayed. Now it's going to take a pioneer to stay. Like Eddie Robinson did it. Several people have done it.
It ain't gonna happen, Ant. It ain't gonna happen.
If the system is broken, and it seems like the system already understands, you bring the money in, we gonna do what we want to do with it.
Let me answer Michael's deal. Michael said something about recruits.
That was my high school fullback.
Look, here's the deal. This is like Ed Reed was doing stuff and the administration came after him. Now, you can say, well, he shouldn't have came back, but I don't like this we gotta all react to the situation the same way. He reacted as himself. They came at him first. If they didn't say the shit that they did, he would have been fine with it. But they saying he was lying. Dude, the situation, look, my wife used to work at HR and she had a job fair at BCU. That place is a dump. And
he's saying the same thing. He's saying what they did jacked them up. He didn't say Ed Reed didn't know. He's saying the decision they made jacked him. He's saying what the news said, but he said the fact that Ed Reed, y'all fired Ed Reed, y'all made a dumb decision.
Okay, yeah. It look, hold on. And this is the other bad thing. This is the other shit that bothers me. Who made the announcement that Ed Reed was going to be the head coach?
Wait a minute, so he wasn't even the head coach.
He wasn't even signed yet.
I did see something on Twitter saying he wasn't the head coach.
Think about this. So if I have never heard of a situation where a school announcing that we are hiring Anthony White as head football coach of Kentucky, and he ain't signed on the dotted line. We just went through that shit with Dan Liam Cohen. He signed December 12th, and that should nope. He ain't signed yet. He's on press conference saying, well, I still have to sit back and think about it and sit down with my family and make it. Come on. So now, your ass, and when I mean your ass, Bethune-Cookman said that Ed Reed would be our next head football coach. And they were still in fucking negotiation. Now, what they wanted was the damn PR move.
See what the money,
they wanted. You know what they wanted? They wanted some of their alumni to start donating money to the damn whatever fund they got. I don't know whatever fund they have. Bethune-Cookman Booster Club. They wanted some damn uptick.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. And the bad part about it is BCU looks bad, but then people are gonna say, well, Ed Reed's here, the way he react, the way he goes on, that's not very professional. Fuck professional. We are not all the same. He ain't saying shit that was all line. Here's the crazy part about it. When the fucking players and when the fucking students on campus comes back to support him, that's a problem. And here's the other bad part about it is now the damn administration just opened up a whole new can of worms. This motherfucker, the damn president, went on Roland Martin live show and said that because students started to complain about mold.
Yeah.
He was like, we don't have mold. We have mildew. What the fuck is mildew? Is mildew not mold? Dude, how fucking stupid are you? So they are peeling back layers that have been covered up for years and is about to make the institution look like the shithole that it really is. It's not a good situation. Now, and when I say shithole, that doesn't mean it's But compared to other HBCUs, compare that motherfucker to Howard or Morehouse or shit anywhere else, and the difference is, damn, North Carolina A&T ain't that far away. Look at Florida A&M. That really is right next door. If you go to Florida A&M campus, like, damn, this is a nice campus. But this place here, the way they treat their people, man, it ain't it.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this because, like I say, you so deeply rooted in this whole. Is this what it's gonna take? Is it gonna take to break down the corruption and start all over with people who realize? No, we bringing in people with funding. So you bringing in bankers, you bringing in financial advisors, you bringing in people who know how to distribute the money once it comes in. You got people, like I said, been underpaid, or they've been overpaid, and everybody else has been underpaid. That's what I'm telling you, what I deal with. So everybody's been underpaid and they overpaid. Their whole thing is, well, we don't want to give them that money. Hold on, why not bring everybody and distribute the money? I say equally. I will say this. I don't mean equally like everybody gets the same amount of money, but I did say this at work today. You know how to make the workforce better across America? Pay everybody the same damn amount of money. Because the people who need the money to pay their bills gonna work their ass off to make sure. The people who gonna slack, still gonna slack. But if you pay the people at the top a whole bunch, you got less workers. So you're gonna have, instead of having 75 workers, you're gonna have 150 workers. You still gonna have 75 workers because 75 of them gonna bullshit.
Bruh, it ain't gonna never happen. Look, I don't know if you ever been. No, you've been to Europe. Now, I had a client in the Netherlands, Southern Netherlands. I was doing a project, right? And I had lunch thing, and we was talking, blah, blah, blah. I was having a conversation. The way they do it there, the way the three guys I was talking to are all engineers. I'm like, why y'all became engineers? Because we love to do it. They all been paid the same. Yeah. Their salary ain't much different from the garbage man's salary, ain't much different from anybody else. But they do it because they want to do it. And they had no like, well, my house is bigger than his house. Oh, no, y'all pretty much all got the same. It's similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar.
Right.
That shit ain't gonna happen here, man, because we all about flashing, showing who got the most money, showing who better than somebody else. We are doctors and lawyers because of the money game. It ain't gonna happen, man.
Back to the side.
No, Mr. Geiger, you're right, man. Look,
they share helmets.
Dude, they have had to share helmets. Yes.
Ooh, your daddy had to share helmets.
No, my dad didn't play at BCU.
I thought you said he went to BCU.
No, Southern.
Oh, okay.
No, it's bad, dude. That place is bad, man. And here's the deal. It was a perfect situation for him. Ed Reed wouldn't have chosen BCU if it was in Texas. It's an HBCU in his home state.
Yeah. Got a little pool. Yeah.
Right? He wanted to stay home. A home is a college that he probably has gone to many times because it ain't like they got the appeal on campus is nice. they got some of those on campus, so that's nice. And it's not like the students are bad. It's just the resources there are bad. And he could have brought something. He could have made that campus and made that situation so much better just because of his pool. Even if he only stayed there 3 years, just like Theon stayed at Jackson State, the amount of funding and resources and attention that could have brought to that school. This school is a HBCU that is getting funding from the damn state. How many private schools do you know that gets funding from the state? That means there's a very big delta between them and everybody else. So the state found it. However they got into the public funding, The public funding was trying to make up that gap. So now that tells you how badly ran that private institution is if it needed public funding to help them run the fucking college.
I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna move on to the last subject. We get up out of here. You think the Deion arrive at Jackson State the same way he arrived in Colorado?
Whoa, say that again?
Do you think Deion arrived at
Okay.
Jackson State the same way he arrived in Colorado?
Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell no. Now, hold on. I'm going to take that back. Let me pause on that. Deion could have arrived at Jackson State the same way, but I bet you he funded it. If you went on a PJ to Jackson State, that was his PJ. To get a PJ to Colorado, Colorado paid for that shit.
Okay.
Don't even get me on that because there's a whole bunch of money, dude. There's, well, like I say, we as a culture don't like to put our shit on Front Street. There are but
BCUs don't have enough money to hire. Well, one, they may not have the money to do it, and they may not want to, but they don't have no money to hire somebody to be overfunding and accounting. I'm sure everybody knows departments, but I'm saying somebody to make sure. What they call those people? The person who makes sure everything is going where it's supposed to go.
Sandy Bell. they ain't got a Sandy Bell, bro. They ain't got a Sandy Bell.
But
no, dude, you don't. It's bad, bro. It's bad. There are money that's supposed to be coming to students that they don't get. They have issues before school with getting housing, their housing money. They have issues with just a lot of shit. Like Mr. Geiger said with eligibility. Was it FAMU where these guys thought they were gonna be eligible, and the guidance and the council said they were gonna be eligible, then it comes out they're not. How the fuck, if you do all the shit you have been told to do,
right,
and all of a sudden you end up unable to play? That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
The funding, there's a number, I haven't looked at it in years, but there used to be a number of, power. I don't think it was called Power 5 conference back then, but the high echelon colleges, their resources and budget, and then D1 AA, and then D2 and D3, HBCUs on average was under D3. Wow.
Is there anything to that, or that's interesting? Mike do live down there.
Wow. Whoa, Mike, was this funding after Ed Reed was hired? Or this is just funding that has been filtering through since
it sounded like since Deion got the buzz going. Because Deion did a deal with ESPN. Deion was doing all kinds of side deals.
Deion was getting side, dude. You don't understand how many big companies were filtering money through there because of Deion.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a one. I can say this one because it's been Walmart basically helped fund the practice field.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Here's the thing, Anthony, and this is why this shit ain't gonna ever happen, and it's gonna be difficult. Anthony, I'm in Southern's backyard.
Anthony, man, I think you talking to me.
I'm sorry.
I know you never called me Anthony.
Hey, White, look, I'm in Southern's backyard. I know all about Southern University. I used to practice summer track at their track. I knew everything about Southern University. My damn dad went there. My damn aunt went there. I knew Southern University inside and out before I even was probably high school age, 13, 14. Once you take your ass outside of that, and when I went to Alabama on an unofficial visit, I'm like, damn, that's how they living over here. Hold on. Then I went to Ole Miss. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers over here. Look at all this shit they got up in here. The weight room, dude. The weight room, just the weight room alone. I'm like, wow. Look at the lockers. Their lockers like my high school locker. Wow. They got a whirlpool. They got cold and a hot. They got enough stations in the training room for motherfuckers to line up 10 or 12 at a time to get their ankles taken. Not just 2. You got 10 to 15. They got Alabama had a nice little game room. Kentucky got a nice game room. You know what I'm saying? The locker room got enough lockers to have empty ones. It's like, dude, I'm like, are y'all serious? It's like climbing like looking over that fence. Finally got enough. You're tall enough. Look over the fence. Like, wow, that's how they living over there, dude. It's totally different. And I don't think people understand. Shannon Crowder said it good on the pivot. It's like, it's just the resources. And I wanted to go to Southern. My dad went there. It was in my backyard. I went to all their games as a kid, home and away. Dude, Southern was my shit. But then you look at it like, damn. You go to Cats. we gotta.
Don't say that, man. Don't say Cats, man.
We got an academic situation where you get any tutor basic that you want.
Right. Yeah.
You start comparing stuff. You're like, wow.
And that's why we need a recruiting room so bad. And that's why John Calipari needs a practice facility. I want to say this. I want to bring this up what Mike Waskowitz said, which again, people, was my fullback in high school. There's a reason Big Blue Nation got me, because he is in front of me. I couldn't stand his ass in Pee Wees, though, because we played. Then we put on the same team. I said, get your ass in front of me and block that motherfucker. But no, I did want to bring up the point he said. Man, tell me. And then short answer, not the long Van answer, short answer. When we gonna move on, ESPN and Disney are connected. So if somebody says, hey, Van, Anthony, we want to sponsor the locker. We want to buy the locker. We got 10,000. Joe Kraft know what the locker is doing. And no, man, they might be detrimental to UK football because they can say anything. We got 100,000. Shit, man. The ESPN gonna be a little worried. Like, well, we know, and I think that's where when Deion came, they gave Deion a little money because it was new. And I think that's what Mike Waskowitz is on to. That when HBCU started getting that money, first of all, everybody's stealing money. That's the problem inside of HBCU. The bigger problem is that if this project, and this is what we talked about, go back and watch the show. I gotta find out what the show is. I might retweet it.
It's gotta be season 2, huh?
The thing is, if they find out, they know, like whatever, they getting all this pub from Deion and everybody, and if Ed Reed come, they getting this pub. But they know that somebody gonna offer it. They gonna have to they gonna have to pay more money. That's just business 101. So I'm not mad at them. But us as BCUs and us as a culture is like, no, it's gonna mess up this. They not looking for our future, like Martin Luther King and such has done.
It's a bad look for everyone. It's unfortunate, but things happen for a reason, and I think this happened for this shit for the light to be shed on it, and it's just too bad. Like you look at it from two different ways to approach a negative situation. Deion handled it his way, and most people will side with Deion's way because that's how people see. Like the whole Barry Sanders thing. Why can't every running back just hand the ball to the ref and not celebrate? Right. That's not everybody. Deion is Barry Sanders. Ed Reed is Zeke. climbing the damn Salvation Army thing and acting crazy. So, but both get the job done. And Ed Reed reacting like his heart is on his sleeve deal is a difference. And some people look at that in a negative light. But this Ed Reed ain't do shit wrong. This is a social media age. This is how things are done now. He ain't do nothing wrong. He just brought all this shit to light. Oh, thank you. Anthony, I'm serious, dude. I'm trying to not. I said it was horrible. That campus, when I went on it, dude, I've been to Prairie View, Texas Southern, Valley. I've been to every SWAC conference, every SWAC team. I've been to Alabama A&M, Alabama State, family. I've been to a shit ton of HBCUs, right? That has to be the worst of the ones I have seen. And it's not even close. And it's, dude, here's the bad part about it. It's on Daytona Beach. The damn
how can you mess that up?
It's not too far from the Speedway. It's not too far.
I ain't never been to Daytona Beach.
Dude, it's not too far from the beach. It is if you think about it, whoever gave them that piece of land was like, damn,
right.
It's a nice stretch of land. Right, and that shit is, dude, it's bad, man. Words can express how bad it is.
No, words did express how bad it is. He said, I quote, he said, Bethune-Cookman makes Cleveland State look like UCLA.
I ain't never been to Cleveland State. I ain't never been to Cleveland.
You ever been to Cleveland?
I haven't.
You've been to Cleveland in the 90s or 80s?
The airport. I've never been.
The airport ain't close to what Cleveland is like. Hey, just watch first 48 hours. And imagine him saying, and the school is down in the heart of that shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I had something I was gonna ask you. So, then we absolutely moving on. Short answer, we absolutely moving on and getting up out of here. So we can't make progress because, like you said, when Ed Reed came in there, you're not gonna get Here's the thing: what everybody's saying about the Ed Reed situation. Nobody's gonna come down here to coach. Because one, it ain't no money in it. So if you got too much bravado and too much pride, you're not coming down. It got to be an Ed Reed. It got to be somebody who's ingrained in this. It got to be a Van Hyle, somebody whose heart is in it. She love it, smell it, eat it, drink it, and shit it out. That's going to come do it. But when they do it, and Ed Reed came down here mad, hurting, that this is what we need to do. Well, no, we got to get you out of the way because we don't want you. Are we going to keep, they killed Martin Luther King. You know they killed Martin Luther King for trying to make a difference. My point is this going to be overcome? Because they didn't really run Deion off. But Deion was like, look, I set the stage. Now anybody do what they're going to do afterwards. You think it's overcomable?
Yeah, you just have to have the right leadership. See, that's the other thing is, one thing Jackson State had was the AD was on board. Now, that don't mean the administration was on the up and up, but the AD, my boss, right? Leon's boss was the AD. My boss was real with me, was transparent with me. When I needed something, I had someone to talk to. He gave me an honest answer. Now, after that, he got to deal with his boss. They ain't got nothing to do with me, though. Right? We have a conversation. This is what I'm trying to do. You like, yeah, Dion. All right, we cool. We buddies. Now, he got to you do your job. I've done my job coming to you. Now, you do your job. So, if they can find right leadership, yeah, it can definitely do. There's the place.
It's not the leaders, it's the institutions. No institution is going to buy into people distributing the money that they bring in. That's what I'm saying.
If you do it right,
It ain't the right way to do it because everything's got to funnel through the administration.
Here's the deal, right? If I'm Van Gaal, new head coach of Bethune-Cookman, and I got money, I got buddies who have money, I have investors who have money, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to the administration, right? How much money do you guys need to start facelifting such and such things, right? Let's say they need 5 million, right? But I got 30 million, right? I'm gonna say, okay, administration, I'm gonna give you half of that. I'm gonna give you half of that right now. Now, you and I, since I have influence, we're gonna work together to fundraise the other half. I'm just not gonna give it to you.
Right.
So now, in good faith, I'm giving you half of what you need. Now, you gotta get off your ass and use me as the face of it and go get some more fucking money. Do your job. Because you as a president, you as vice president, you as whatever else of the institution, that's your job. So now I'm going to make your job a little easier. Okay, now, since I'm giving you half, don't fucking touch my money over here, though. You know what I'm saying? So now, here's the deal. When you get half and we get that fixed, right, I got 30 million. It might take me 20. All right. Now, if I'm good, I'm starting to create funds through the damn football team, right? Then I say, okay, all right, after I've reached a certain level of funds, I'm going to give you a percentage of my profit to help with other shit. So now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, I think
you're right.
I've heard that BCU hasn't had a damn non-interim president for like 3 or 4 years. They have never had a president in the last 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Wow. It's I said, man, this is what it is, man. We'll keep an eye on it, man. They said, man, yeah. And like I said, when name image like this get out the way, and I think the NCAA gonna disband. And I think they can, some of them, a lot of them can move into NCAA. And it's just going to be one big NCAA thing because all the people that are revenue driven are going to be in NFL. So everybody have equal amount of money. So, but at a university, and this is one thing Deion said, like, and a lot of coaches say, you coach at a BCU, you can't, I mean, you can bring somebody in. I couldn't imagine I done lost a job opportunity because the person below me or the person above me felt like I was above them. So it's a whole different story when you know Joker got money, got leverage, everything you don't have, they have, and they want to work with you. But you comfortable not doing shit because the one thing you did say, man, go out there, make the money. I'm gonna bring this hat. You go out there. I want to make my salary without nobody expecting the other half. So, motherfucker, you bring in $5 million, I gotta mess around and find $5 more million. I can't sit in my seat all day. And I'm telling you, well, you ain't here, you don't care, it ain't no big deal to you. That's what I deal with. I don't deal with it because you know me, I put my hard hat on and go to work. As long as my bills paid, everything's fine. But when I'm knowing, and the people around me complaining, we should be paid a whole lot more. I don't count another man's wallet. Because if I didn't feel like this was good for me or it wasn't working out for me, I'll just leave.
Right. Facts.
In Deion's situation was shit, I could just leave.
Here's the deal. You know how they say, if I leave the situation better than what it was before I got here?
Yeah.
Dude, Deion did that.
Yeah. You're right.
3, 10, 20, 30 fold. Because
right.
I'm going to tell you, when I was young, Jackson State was legit. That motherfucking institution, that football team ain't been legit for a minute. For a minute. He came instant. Not 2 seasons to get the program running. That motherfucker came year 1 and changed. Now, I don't think they won a crazy amount of games, but he changed it year 1.
Right.
Year 2 and year 3, 10, 11 wins. Come on, man. He left, and dude, his footprint, if he really want to, there's a whole part of Jackson State that should be Sanders Hall, Sanders Cafeteria, Sanders blah, blah, blah. It should be Jackson State University by Deion Sanders.
Jackson Sanders State.
Right.
Right.
But for all the bravado Deion has, as Deion said a long time ago, I did that to make money. That ain't really me.
Right.
He could put Jackson State on Front Street if he really wanted to.
He threw some jabs. He did a little something.
I don't know, on Front Street. He threw some jabs. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh. Dude, with the players that they bringing in. Oh, whoa. The first season, you still got USC and all of them still there, huh? Let me check out their football schedule. Because they are going to be so much better. Because I don't know what their non-conference schedule's like. Ooh, god damn. Do they play TCU first? They'll beat them.
You're gonna have them dudes giddy though. You have them dudes giddy and ready.
They're gonna be 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4. Oof. Shit, man. All right. I see 5 wins. I see 5. I'm looking at. I see 5 and 7 right now. I think they can beat Nebraska. I think they beat Colorado State. They ain't going to Eugene. I don't think it'll be in Oregon. They're not going to be USC. They got a chance Arizona State.
Why do you think they're going to be USC? USC's quarterback's not returning, is he?
Yeah. Caleb is a sophomore.
He's a junior. Okay, go ahead. All right.
They'll beat Stanford. I don't think they beat UCLA. I don't think they beat Arizona State. They can potentially beat Arizona. I don't know if they're going to go into Pullman and beat Washington State in November when it's going to be cold. They definitely ain't going to beat Utah. So right now, I can see 5. You said it's 6 and 6 before 8 and 4. But here's the deal. When does UCLA and USC leave to the Big 12? Once that happens, it's going to be feast for them.
Wait a minute. How many more years we got before Texas and them come to us? One more year?
Isn't it? Yeah, this year.
I thought it was 25. Was it 24 or 25?
I think they come at 25, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
right.
Here's the deal. It's not that. Remember, this team, I think, won what? 1 game last year?
Yep. 1 game.
That's
225. That's what it was.
It's going to take. But here's the deal. And this is why football is different from basketball, is he's bringing in guys that's going to have to play 2 to 3 years. You know, that you can build a program when you get some of these guys to come, say, 2 or 3 years. He's got the number 1 cornerback that flipped from Miami that's with him who's got 3 years. The number 1 DB from last year with the Jackson State, found to Colorado. He got 2 years. So you got your cornerback is locked for the next 2 years. You got Shador has 1 year left. He might stay 2. You never know.
Yeah.
He might stay for the 4 years. So you got him for maybe 2 years. So they are building something. I just don't see it happening the first year. But hell, I've seen weird things happen. He could win 7, 8 games. I just don't see it. I see 5 to 6.
Only thing I know is we coming. That's all I know. Hey, before we get up out of here, and we up out of here, we got 3 minutes. We get out of here by 10:30. I ain't gonna be like you doing round of shots where y'all go for a whole nother hour. That's all I gotta say, because I ain't seen nothing. And I gotta do this because on the locker, we supported Severe Wheeler. I ain't watched the games enough. I have seen a lot of movement. Everybody involved. The game looking like basketball. The game is looking like basketball right now. Severe's numbers have diminished tremendously. Tremendously. What did you have to say about that? Because I felt like they changed a lot of things, but the time Severe Wheeler did get a double dribble.
Yeah, he did.
And the travel. In Division I basketball. Double dribble? Last time I seen double dribble was third graders. Dribble, walk over here.
You don't watch no basketball.
Hold on, they coming. Dribble over here.
You don't watch no basketball.
Well, I'm a Kentucky fan.
Okay.
We don't see mediocre. I don't see mediocre basketball.
That's fair. Here, and I've said this before. Severe isn't elite, but he's also not bad. But here's the thing that I hate when they have Severe in. He has never played until this last game with two shooters on the court with him. He's always fucking played with damn Sheetway and Toppin and Ware and Livingston and only one shooter. So I have a problem with that. And I've said this. If y'all grappling about lineup, if I was Severe, I'd be like, look, I'm not going to the court until I have Toppin, Collins, Reeves, and CJ on the court with me. Now let me cook. Because now I've got pieces around me that is beneficial to my skill set. The motherfuckers ain't beneficial to my skill set. When I break a defense down and I can do this, and I don't know everybody know what that means. This means whoop, alley-oop. It's coming. I can't do that the Sheetway. That Sheetway don't even dunk all the time. But you know who I can do that? If I break down and I got Collins coming from the baseline on one end and I got Toppin coming maybe from a wing, what the hell's going to happen? I can just do this. One of them getting it, right? So here's the deal. And now, but if I break them down and now they're looking for that alley-oop, I got shooters on the outside. Now I can pitch it to the outside. So for me, Severe isn't elite, but y'all also not, or they were not helping them out by the lineup they had them in. And when you have, when you have to start certain players, because if you don't start them, they won't be here. Like Kaysen, like Livingston. So, to me, the best thing that happened to him was Wheeler getting hurt, and now Kaysen can start. But you cannot tell me that Kaysen is a better point guard. Is he a better guard? Sure. But I'm not sure he's a better point guard. He looks so much better because he's got fucking shooters around him.
Well, that sounds very passionate. I'm trying to look for Tony's first sergeant. I'm trying to look for his address, how to address him. First sergeant, I thought. First Sergeant Tony chimes in again, and this is the one thing about it though, and I understand what First Sergeant Tony trying to say. He double dribbled in traffic. Don't go into traffic if you don't have a plan.
And here's the thing:
get the ball in the post, double team. Here comes a triple team. Oh! Let me see if I can get it out. He got it out, and he's been doing a lot better. But he's hesitant as hell. Yeah. Like he's hesitant as hell to throw it out of a double or triple team. Once they come in here, he act like, you know what he did the other night? And this is a few plays I did see. I was watching the game. I was at the bar. It comes into him. Here comes another person collapses on him. He starts working. He bumps it that way. That guy goes out and recovers. Then comes back to him. Then he starts working on two people.
Yeah.
I gotta do this to make it seem like I'm looking, but you still want your shot. Like, man, a lot of people got to be unselfish, and I do feel like Severe is unselfish. Somebody did say something. Let me get to these comments. Wheeler's better served with a 4-guard lineup than 2 bigs. I think so. I like his distribution. I like the way he handles the ball. I like the way he distributes the ball.
Look, I think here, and this is 2 things, and this is hot take. I think the team is better when Willer is not. I saw it when Willer is not the starter, and when Sheboy isn't the focus of the offense. Where they just trying to pound it down. He's on the post. They just trying to feed him. He ain't that dude.
Yeah.
The team is better when they're not trying to force feed him on the post, and Severe isn't the starter.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Severe could be the starter if Sheboy and Kaysen wasn't the starter and Livingston wasn't the starter. But if you're going to start those three, then he ain't the best option as a starter. He's just not.
Yeah.
Because now Kaysen is a shooter and CJ is a shooter. So now you still got two shooters on the court. If you take CJ out and leave Kaysen in there, now you got a smallish guard and a super small guard and only one shooter. That's a big ass problem.
So have we figured out enough to make a run for the Elite Eight, Final Four?
Oh,
Elite Eight or Final Four, or
dude, I've watched enough games where I've seen teams like I am a big Kevin Sampson fan, huge. When I was coaching, I got a lot of shit from him, and Houston fucking lost a temple. Houston lost a fucking temple. You don't lose a fucking temple. That's people ain't gonna say this because it ain't gonna hold the same weight. Houston losing the temple is worse than us losing to South Carolina.
yeah,
You're the number one team in the country.
what you call it ain't there no more?
No, man, Chaney's not there anymore. But no one's gonna say that because Houston isn't a blue blood.
Right. Yeah.
But that game, them losing the temple, dude, was atrocious for what they were doing the whole season. And Alabama has their issues. I don't know, man. I would say this. I thought last year's team had a chance to go to Elite Eight the way they were playing.
Right.
Well, shit, that proved me wrong. So I'm not saying shit until I see a first round game.
Now, the one thing about it, man, is, and one thing is good, just like you always said on this show, like football phrase, they don't know nothing about us. We just started figuring out almost more than halfway through the season.
Yeah, about
we
6 games ago.
We about what, 2/3, almost damn near.
Yeah,
we're coming up on 2/3 through the season. So
yeah.
we figuring shit out. So all this shit y'all done seen before, what film y'all gonna watch? And we've been adjusting the lineups. I will say this. I'm gonna go to what Cobby Cobb said. I'm gonna ask you this, and we getting up out you. Oscar gets his points. He gets his points on putbacks and agree to force him. The team will triple team him when we try. My thing is this. Tell me what you think about it, so we're gonna get out of there. And I ain't gonna bash Oscar because it sounds like I've been bashing Oscar for the past couple of weeks. Oscar's got his Player of the Year trophy in the mantle. You're not gonna be Player of the Year this year. Too many dudes done you dirty, first of all. Second of all, you don't want to miss the tournament, which we looked like we was gonna do. Why not just be a team player, like Cobby Cobb said, and get rebounds? Or do whatever you set screens and get rebounds. And let's try to win in that shit. What else do you have to get if you was already Player of the Year last year? So what is your thoughts on that? Like, everything's going through Oscar. And the table I was watching the game at, and the last 2 games I don't watch the game, everybody's – you know what they call Oscar?
What they call him?
You got it. The black hole. When that thing go into him, it ain't coming back out. And now I was like, why? Dude, if you get the ball and the dude come off the wing, soon as he come and dish it out. Yeah. Like, your IQ can't be that low. No, your thing is, I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to, try to act like I'm going to throw it out there because you need to get your points. But what does getting your points have to do with anything at this point? Your name, image, and likeness will be better, I think, if we have a deep playoff run.
and we won a game with him only scoring 7 points. It is the
Anthony Davis was the 4th leading scorer. Take a page.
Now, here's the deal, though. There are certain games, like this Kansas game, probably, where they don't have anybody that can guard them, where you force feed them a little bit, get them in foul trouble. Let's get to 7 fouls, start heading to the line, get 1 and 1, they get double bonus. I can see that. But there's a lot of games where force feeding them ain't the right way, like fucking Alabama was the right thing to do. They're too athletic. When he's facing someone athletic, it's almost, to me, I know you can't do it because the current climate of society is different. When you play a certain team, he got to come off the fucking bench. When you play Alabama, he got to come off the fucking bench. You got to play long, athletic, put Toppin and Collin in at the same time, and let's go to work.
You do.
But you can't do that. Because you know what's going to happen? Then they're going to be like, so Oscar, why didn't you start? You know, that's the first fucking question. If they beat somebody about 20, it don't matter. You know what the first question going to be? Coach Cal, is there any particular reason why Sheway didn't start this game?
Yep. And Cal know that.
That's the first fucking question.
Cal knows what's coming. I'm going to say as we're getting up out of here, Carter Hall says he know that Oscar, he know about Oscar. And that's the big secret. I know what the secret is, Van. You know what the secret is?
What?
His last name ain't actually Sheboy.
What is it?
You know what his last name is?
Black Hole?
Meyer. Meyer. My baloney has a first name. Hey, we getting up out of here. We are getting up out of here. So we appreciate y'all. But here's one thing we're going to add to the show. Because we want to do better by our people. And we want to do better. We are going to do a recognition every at the end of every show. Just because, you know, things, the world is full of complaints and things. So a business, a situation, something we are going to recognize that at the end of the show. And my recognition is, I can't remember what my recognition is. I forgot it at this point. My recognition is Kentucky Children's Hospital. I had a friend that went in with a very sick child, and the child was very, very sick. And when the child got over their being sickness and started coming back around, the first thing the child said is, I want 2 lollipops. Well, they say, I want lollipops. They didn't say lollipop. They said lollipops. So for a child to go through what they went through, and the first thing you come out is, you know, you're not worried about anything. I just want a lollipop. I'm giving kudos. I'm giving a shout out to Kentucky Children's Hospital. Keep doing what y'all doing. I know the players come over there, meet with the kids or whatever. But when you get old like me, you start having ailments and gray hair, and I have a kid, I want y'all to do for me what y'all did for that kid. I appreciate y'all.
Wow. He came sentimental. I'm going to come a little different. I'm going to give a shout out to Blue Star Chicken Wings store. Blue Star, if you come to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, first stop, Blue Star. Best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. And here's the thing. There are many stores. There's probably about 5 in Baton Rouge. They're all the same. You know how sometimes like you find a certain franchise spot, you're like, I ain't going to the other one. I'm going to this one. Nah. All them MFers are unbelievable. I just picked some up on the way home today from track practice. And in my what's his name?
James Winston.
Yeah. Dude, look, listen. When I got home, you know, we eat together as a family. I told my wife I brought Blue Star. She's like, I gotta go get some right now. She basically said, F all y'all F fuckers.
Yeah, I gotta make sure they don't. Hey, I ain't sharing. Hey, I gotta make
So
sure.
look,
I ain't-
we are eating it over the island, just getting it in. So, Blue Star.
Blue Star.
When you
I
get
appreciate
the bad
that.
word,
I like that.
Blue Star.
Blue Star, because Blue Star also has an ointment. Which when you went there, I was thinking,
You stupid, man.
we appreciate you all. No, we appreciate y'all, man. We see that some of the players' families are following. We love that, man. We love the BBN. I know they love that. We got some of the coaches following the show or whatever.
Who? I'm sorry. I said Blue Star. I'm sorry. Let me scratch that. It's not Blue Star. It's Blue Store. Why did I say Blue Star? It's Blue Store.
Oh, that's between you and your wife. Why you say a Blue Star? I ain't got
Blue Store chicken. My bad.
Blue Store. So hey, it's Blue Store. It's not Blue Star. You go look for Blue Star, you gonna find something different. But we put TikTok, Twitter, YouTube,
LinkedIn,
Facebook, Instagram. Like, subscribe, follow, man. We got things going on, man. We doing a little bit better. We bringing the progress along, man. We let y'all dictate the show. I want to be like Feinbaum. We wait a minute. Oh, you over there working the mic?
Yeah, it's better than Pluckers.
We appreciate y'all, man. Everything y'all do, man. So like I said, man, thank you for. And people who don't know, Mr. Jones that chimes in is Jacquez Jones' dad, and Mr. Geiger who chimes in is Jalen Geiger's dad. So we got people, and there's a lot of people will text us off the show, and everybody knows our dude, my dude, Anwar Stewart, is a coach at UK. So, man, you don't get this on every show. But we appreciate y'all for following. Like, subscribe. We got to get our algorithms up, because
facts.
We're going to start doing, we trying to, apparently we need sponsors. Apparently we need somebody to pay for this. My pocketbook ain't big enough. So, and all right, yeah, we out of here. We'll be back next week. Till next week, we'll see you.